work for Mr. Tunstall as regulators. We regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good, too. But you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Welcome back to Sadistic Penguin Studios. Today we're going to talk about the 1988 film Young Guns, aka the film that made being an outlaw look cool, dangerous, and dumb as hell, all at the same time. This flick is like if The Outsiders and Tombstone had a shotgun wedding in a saloon and left the cleanup for Jon Bon Jovi. He's not technically in this movie until the sequel, but you kind of get the vibe. Now listen, I'm not here to tell you that Young Guns is a perfect movie, because it's not. There's some 80s cheese sprinkled in here, and yes, half the cast looks like they just walked off the cover of Tiger Beat, but fuck it, it works. Because the movie has heart, swagger, and a full-blown attitude problem, and I'm all here for it. Written by the great Jon Fusco, who deserves way more credit than he gets, Young Guns is based loosely on the Lincoln County War and the infamous Billy the Kid. But instead of leaning into crusty realism, Fusco said, screw it, what if we made history fun again? And he fucking did it with this film. This ain't your dad's cowboy movie. No dusty old man muttering into a spittoon. This is a rock and roll, whiskey-fueled outlaw fantasy about a bunch of young, angry misfits who get handed a badge and immediately say, how do we abuse it? And let's talk cast, because holy shit, this was the Brat Pack goes boomstick era. Emilio Estevez stars as Billy the Kid, and I don't say this lightly, this might be one of his best performances. He plays Billy like a cross between a stand-up comic and a loaded gun. One second he's cracking jokes, the second he's blowing your face off. He's magnetic, chaotic, and you can't take your eyes off him. Kefir Sullivan plays the role of Doc, the sensitive one, the poet, the guy who's clearly like, I thought we were enforcing the law here.
A flower. I'm her.
And then you got Lou Diamond Phillips as Chavez, and god damn it, if he doesn't steal scenes with a glare and a knife toss. You have Charlie Sheen playing the buzzkill of all roles, a role that aged like unpasteurized milk, but nevertheless he's in it.
And I don't want to kill you, want to eat. When we finish this meal, you little rodent, we're going to go out in the yard and see who has the right to run this group of regulators.
Plus you got Dilmar Maroney and Casey Samasco as the wildcard weirdos of the group. One's covered in dirt the whole time, the other one's basically a puppy with a 6-shooter. These guys don't feel like actors doing a bit, they feel like a crew. Like they drink together, bleed together, and die together. There's legit chemistry, and it makes the ride feel wild, but weirdly grounded. Plot-wise, it kicks off with British rancher Jon Tunstall, played by Terrence Stamp, aka classing up the joint, hiring these misfit boys to protect his business from local bullies and corrupt cattle thugs. He's trying to bring civilization, you know, tea, contracts, wearing a vest in the desert, and of course, spoiler alert, for the American history part, he gets murdered. And that's when things go full rage mode. Suddenly, these young regulators, actual deputized regulators mind you, decide to go full GTA 1880s. They try to do it by the book, but the book is corrupt, the system is broken, and the law is just a fancy way to protect assholes with money. So Billy says screw it. He shoots a guy in the face mid-sentence and we go off. And that's where Young Guns finds its emotional center, in the gray area between justice and revenge, between being right and being remembered. Billy wants legacy. He wants to be a legend, but legends don't get to grow old. The more he kills, the more famous he gets, and the more doomed everyone around him becomes. The film gets the tragedy of the outlaw mythology. It seduces you with swagger, then kicks you in the teeth with reality. These boys aren't heroes, they're angry kids with guns trying to make sense of a rigged world. But let's not pretend this isn't also an absolute blast to watch. The shootouts, fucking incredible. Dust flying, hats getting blown off, bodies hitting the ground, and that old school Hollywood flair. It's loud, it's raw, and it's fun. And there's a campfire acid trip in the middle of the movie, just because the 80s. Also, can we take a second to appreciate the wardrobe? These dudes are out here looking like Calvin Klein meets Clint Eastwood. The outfits alone probably got more teenage boys into cowboy boots than John Wayne ever did.
Say that again.
Let's be honest, Young Guns changed the game. This movie gave the Western genre a shot of adrenaline straight to the heart. Before this, Westerns were considered dead, museum pieces for your grandpa. But after Young Guns, the generic became cool again. It opened the door for Tombstone, The Quick and the Dead, The Proposition. Hell, even the second wave of Clint Eastwood flicks owes something to Young Guns for shaking up the formula. And it all started with Jon Fusco's script, which didn't just revive a genre, it gave it a facelift and told it to stop being so goddamn dusty. Young Guns is more than a fun shoot-'em-up. It's a youth rebellion flick disguised as a cowboy movie. It's chaotic, cocky, violent, funny, tragic, and genuinely heartfelt. If you haven't watched it in a while, fire it up. Remind yourself that the Wild West wasn't just about cattle and coyotes, it was about legends. Even if those legends were unstable as shit and probably smelled like whiskey and blood. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your favorite line. And to quote the kid himself,
Reap it, Murphy, you son of a bitch.